Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, Microman. Fellow Zediots. Been meaning to use that one. 37 degrees, wow. In Canada? Are you Canada? We've had a lovely day here as well. Nowhere near that though. I'm guessing... Well, 37C is hot, isn't it? Wow. Very nice. Wow, it's normally 37 below, isn't it? I'm just generalising, that's like the whole of Canada for me is one place. Awesome, hope you enjoyed it. I like it hot, but maybe that's a bit too hot. I got home and, oh, let's get rid of that sign. I got home and I fixed the level thing from yesterday. What I did was, let's get rid of Beverly Hills Cop. What I did was reduce the size of the level drastically. So I've only got 11 trees and 9 flags, I think, from memory. Yeah. Yeah, it's all laid out pretty much the same as well, which I like. And it all works now, so I don't know whether I just got it wrong yesterday typing the figures in. Of course, when I've made projects in C++ or C#, I'd end up making either like a CSS file or whatever it's called, comma separated, or some other HTML, XML style document for these levels, you know, but I've ended up just typing it in manually. Anyway, it works now, so that's the main thing. So either I got it wrong or it was just too many trees and it didn't like it. Because what you've got to remember is, I can probably put some more trees in, of course, but what you've got to remember is it iterates through every single one of them objects, every frame, and reduces it, and it's a 2-byte number. It has to reduce that position value every single frame, and I feel like when there was a lot of trees, that was what was breaking it. We need to refine them cars spawning soon, because it's getting to the point where this is nearly done now. I could probably add a few more trees. Obviously the collision now is the next thing for the trees, and then make it so you can go through the flag gates. I was thinking at the bottom I could do a check to see if you've missed that thing, but I was thinking I might just put a load of trees there, you know, so if you don't hit the finish line, you're dead basically. You hit a tree. The only problem with that is I would have to, normally if you hit a tree on the slope, you do get to start again, and you get a chance of keeping your skis. So of course if I was at the bottom I'd have to make sure that didn't happen. I actually quite like it though, I think it's alright as it is. Maybe a couple extra trees. Looking smart, hello Moz. It is getting there, isn't it? Gradually. I've shortened the level again to only 1000 pixels now. So we've got to compare 4 there now. I just made a comment correct. So, what next? I guess it's going to have to be collision on the tree. So we'll do that in the player. I'll probably copy it from here. So it's similar to a car one, really. Ooh, I've just realised something here. This is going to be quite awkward because I've tried to be clever here by not having X as one of the words in the Y array. Could have just made it X and Y, but that would have wasted a byte each time and a load of hassle as well. But now when I search, when I check to hit a tree, I've got to iterate through 2 arrays. This could get tricky, actually. I hadn't thought of this. This has just hit me. Just pop it right at the bottom, sod it. So this is going to get very tricky, isn't it? We'll have to have IX having that. Or do we? Fuck, flip. I'm trying to think what best register to use just to point at the trees. HL. Let's give it HL. Thank you for the follow, mate. Noob TV. Nice. Well, you're welcome here, man. I guess I'll try and use both, just pointers for both right now. Thank goodness the player just has a basic position. This is really quite tricky. What I want to get now is well, I'll put add a player width. So that's, B now has the sort of right side of the player. This is the really tough part. The player's position is stored as a byte. We only need to worry about the trees that are on the screen, so they will all be under 200 pixels down. So the very first thing we need to do in this loop is check if H, which holds the H and L hold the tree Y position, and if H is not 0, the tree's too far down to be on the screen. And actually, because they're always in order when I store the trees in the first place, the positions are always growing in number, in size. We can just we can just return out at that stage when we find one that is over 0. Sorry, if it's not 0. What I'm making, I'll show you. Hopefully it'll compile. Well, I'll run the previous version. Spectrum game, very simple one. Like I'm a noob myself. I only started a couple of months, about 2 or 3 months ago. I started learning this. Horace, it's similar to Horace. I've turned the collision off on the cars for now. And you pick up your skis. Way. Like I say, very basic. But what my idea is to make it super basic and then try and port it to the Spectrum Next, the Commodore 64 and some other systems as well, MSX. So yeah, we've got quite far. We're not too far, not actually that far to go until it's finished. Look, there's that bug again where the numbers haven't appeared for the score unless they're counted. Don't know what causes that. So right now I'm trying to do a collision check between all the trees in the loop and the player. So it's looping through, and when it finds one that's too far down, it just drops out of the loop. But that's the easy bit. The hard bit is this, because the player's position is stored in 1 byte. I think I only really want to worry about L at this stage. Like I say, we've established that H is 0 by the time we reach this point. So I think actually it's not going to be too bad. I shouldn't be doing X because I'm actually dealing with the Y positions right now on the trees. It needs to be the other way around. I don't need that bit. Actually, that'll be alright. That's actually all good, I think. Right like that. Return C means return out if A is less than B. Oh, I forgot to do the compare B. So if the player's foot pixel is less than the tree's top pixel, no collision. Right, that's good. To the other side of that. I know a tree's height is 24 because I drew the tree. I'm just wondering, Should probably make a constant for it. Oh, I already have. I should probably comment this a bit better, but I've done very similar functions all over the place, so it's quite commonplace in the code this. What that actually now points at the base of the tree, the bottom pixel, and then I want to put that into B and take the top of the player, compare B, return C. So I believe now that will actually work. Well, not quite, we've got to still do the loop and also the X position, but let's do the X position first. So instead of returning, I actually need to jump to the next tree, but we'll do that in a minute. This is where I was saying it's going to get funny, because we got the 16-bit Y value and an 8-bit X value in DE. So what I actually want to do is take DE like that and take the value inside. This is only going to be checking the first tree right now. No, not load, add tree width, compare B. I'll put return C, but it's wrong. It'll be jump C. There's one more of these to do. No, let's get the tree. Just trying to make sure I am right here in my head before I get too far down it. I think so. Alright. Player check collision tree. Go next. So it will need to increment DE by 1 because that's only an 8-bit. Basically just increment HL by 2. Like I say, this is all quite new to me, this is bound to fail. This is slightly different to how I've done it before. We haven't used 16-bit numbers in collision loops like this before. Should be alright though, should be able to sort it out. After it's incremented, go back. Now the only problem will be is when we get down to the bottom of the slope, none of these will ever be over 0, so we'll never get out of the loop. So I'll have to come up with some other way of getting out of the loop in a minute as well. I think that might be enough, so if it is, what I'll do is you just jump back to the start of the whole function. Don't even need a return statement. It's going to return there, and I'm going to have to come up with some other way as well in a minute. So instead of returning, we want to jump to go next. And if my code is correct, then here we have collided with a tree. For now, I'll just do the set border pink and see if it goes pink. How am I going to get out of this loop if we don't find one that's not 0? Oh, what am I doing? Quite often, I do like something like that, and I know I'm not going to use 255, and then I just put one that's 255 and say if you find one that's 255, return. That might work for us. For want of not sitting here for ages to think about it, I'm going to just try that. So that was in our X ones. It's right at the very end. So I've got where the DE was pointing, I picked up that value. If it happens to be 255, return. Hopefully that'll work. So it seems straightforward. If this worked, I must have missed something. It seemed too easy. But all I've got to do is make sure I load these two registers with the correct address. I'll split the screen a sec so we don't lose what we just did. So I can still see it. And in level 2, I think I'll probably do it in player level 2. So it's the same file. Here's while it's skiing the update loop. Probably do it right at the top for now. So that's the call to it. Load HL trees Y. Load DE trees X. If this works, I'll be amazed because that was too simple. I feel like I must have missed something. So we're looking for the borders to go pink when we get somewhere near a tree. It might not be dead accurate yet. It's all saved. Let's Just put that over there again. Of course, we're going to sort the cars out so they don't spawn quite so badly. Okay, I'm trying to hit the tree and steered out of the way. No, it didn't do anything. It's hard to actually hit a tree. I can sort that mask out on the sprite in a bit as well, but that's a bit annoying. The collision there works. Where was I doing the collision for that then? Let's see where I called that. Of course, yeah, there's a special case bit at the end, and we put it in there. Just before I get completely stuck, all I've done is done set border pink, but there's a lot of other set borders that could be affecting it. What I mean by that is I may have put it somewhere else. Set border default, dead. They shouldn't really affect it. Oh well. Oh well, that eliminates that possibility, I think. That's a shame. That would have been a nice easy one. Right. I did know this would be trouble, this routine. It could be that H and L I've got them reversed. Just try it. Nope. Just wonder if I comment all them out. Still nothing. So, I should probably have returned there. I mean, I definitely should have. You can't collide with more than one tree. No point continuing the loop. It's gone pink straight away. So at least I know that is firing at that stage. But let's try it with the return in there. You never know. I can't see that would actually. I don't think it ever reached that point in the code. Nah. Put them back straight away. Yeah, I see what I've done wrong straight away. I I haven't like extracted the value from HL. I've just used the pointer and split that in half. I need to do something like, how did I do it last night? It was on, it was on this. It's slightly different, isn't it? I'm putting values into it. Now I want to read them. That's going to check the lower byte. Where is it? Where there? ED. Damn. I need to. I need to increment HL. I could just use IX. Let's change that to IX. No, no, no. I'm going back to HL for two reasons. One, Spectrum taught me that IX is slower, HL is quicker, and it does make a difference when you're looping through all these. But not no least is IX. I'd have to change all this where I've loaded it. Can't just use L. Oh, I suppose I could use IXL. Do you know what? I'm going to copy it and comment it out. Because if I fail, I'm going to change it to IX. But what I need to do is something like, okay, so it's going to return there anyway. So basically I've just shifted along so I've got the higher byte. And I think that's the correct way, but I'm not sure. But if you look at what I've got there, it gets the lower, then the higher. And then I've decked it. I hope that works with the compare and doesn't change the flags. I'll have to check that as well. Does it tell me on this? All the flags look like they're untouched there. Good. So now when I come to, I can't just load AL, I need to do the similar thing there. I think it's the low byte I want, I can just do that. Now it still needs to be incremented twice, so that's good. Okay. Nah, no joy. Um, I really don't think that'll fix it. It just saves me looking up deck and seeing if it changes the flags. I just moved it. See if it works. Nah. In that case, I'm going to put it back where it was. I'm going to just comment all that out a sec. This is only going to check the very first tree. I've got to make sure I hit. I just want to see if it goes pink. Okay, thanks, Spectrum. Oh look, it went pink straight away that time. Does A not load? Doesn't. Okay. I thought that just compares A to 0. Whatever's in A. Is it completely balls stupid this? Because this is the first ever attempt at doing this. Because I'm trying to iterate through 2 arrays of numbers. And I'm just in a right tiz was. I don't even know if they're correct. Okay, no probs, no probs. At least it looks kind of logical then to you, that's good. What I'm doing there, this could be what's messing it up, I guess. But I just couldn't think of a better way to end the array, so I put 255 at the bottom of the X ones. Most of the other loops will never reach that because they've got a, I put that there and go through it only 11 times. Yeah. Uh, it's one of them moments where I'm going to make a cigarette and hope I think of the answer. No problem, Specky, man. Chime in whenever you want, man. The other day you chimed in and saved me, I think, hours of messing around. And it was funny, I was like one line away from getting it right, but I was just about to delete everything and start almost from scratch, you know, till you came in. First thing I'll do is double check that I'm definitely loading it correctly. Okay. I do still have plan B of making it IX instead of HL for the trees. And then I can do that +1. But I ended up getting more confused with that, if you remember. That was because that was reversed at some point. I can use the IXL and H, can't I? Okay. I'll just roll this, like I say, while I think about it. Alright, read this. Oh, really? Yes, that can be Ore, can't it? Let's put that here for now to remind me, but I just like it for readability at this moment in time because I'm not so sure in myself. But this one I'm interested in what you were just saying. Okay, yeah, it goes to 0. I don't know if a flag gets there's a flag gets set for rolling over, is it? And Microman's scribbling that down. You learn loads of gold off Spectrum there. Sets the Z flag, right, I see. Oh man, I'm learning loads from you telling me this stuff, I'm telling you. Most of it does stay in there. I did remember you telling me about that. But right now, it's just so much better for me to see that I know what I'm doing then. If I look back on that, I think, what the hell? What have I done there? If the compare's not there. The problem I've got is, if I leave these in, I don't ever get the thing to go pink. But if I take them out, it goes pink straight away. You would think it would stay in the loop forever, so I can't take it out, can I? Otherwise, the only way is for it to somehow think it collided and leave the loop. What I'm trying to do there is just make sure I take the high byte from Y and check that it's not 0. We'll get out if it's not 0. In my head, that's fine. Might not be the best, but it should work, I would have thought, in conjunction with this and the fact that they're loaded like that. Hmm. It's a tough one now. Let's check that Microman. It could easily be wrong. Here, you mean, yeah? That's definitely wrong, yeah. Should be return Z. Very good spot, yeah. Ah, yeah, decade. Hang on, actually, yeah, that's... At first I thought I understood that, and now I don't get it. CP1. That's amazing. You lot are cleverer than me, I tell you that. If I didn't have you lot around, I still would have had that line on my screen for my double buffering. And I'd probably still be messing around just doing the double buff, just finalising that. Oh, I see. Is that the only time it could be? Okay. Yeah, so compare one. One day a compiler could probably do all that for you, could it? Then automatically, them optimizations. If someone really kind put that function into the process, into the compiler. That takes away the fun though, doesn't it? Right, let's give this a whirl then. I don't think I don't think I've changed anything, but I can't remember. This is where a debugger would be nice. It'd be very nice. Some oh look, did I load it with flags by mistake? It was exactly when I hit the flag then. And obviously it's pink forever now because I don't set it back. Sent the files. Well done, Micro. For me, I could only get it working on Snapshot. That's weird, isn't it? I could only get SNA working. My emulator wouldn't boot otherwise properly. I think it was just a fluke that it happened to collide with some random thing that wasn't even there. I'm trying to see if it collides at all and trying to glean some information from that. Whoa, the collision set. What the fuck? Spin. Okay. I didn't realise you could do that with Dzog because it says C-Spec or Saurus or whatever it's called. I was going to look at C-Spec because I really do want to do a next game as well. No, no, I'm definitely not using C. Oh, you talking about using spin right now, are you? I think I removed it from my system, because I got a load of them other emulators ready for Dzog. As soon as I finish this game, I'm not going to start another game until I've got proper debugging set up. Because I did set it up with the example program. Fuse has a debugger, but it's honestly terrible, and you can't see it on the stream. That's the problem. So I'm sitting there clicking things. So it's on screen now. It's a right pain in the rear to get it to show on screen. So Microman, did you actually boot this project into Dzog? Like plug it all through? I'm looking at this debugger, but yeah, it's too much. You can't navigate it very easily. This is the problem. Oh, good job, man. That'll be cool because you'll be able to probably debug this for me then. See what values are going into this somehow. I think I'll remove the Y, right? So now it's just the 8-bit stuff. So as long as I line up with a tree on the x-axis, it should be a collision. Definitely called it from the right place, don't I? I think that worked actually for the X. As soon as I came lined up with the tree. So it's just the Y stuff that's funky. Hopefully. Yeah. I'll just verify that one more time. Of course, it's only checking the ones that are on the screen. Oh, unless that one. Oh, it's actually checking ones a bit further than on the screen. Because the screen's like 1.7 something is when the tree appears, but we're checking 255. Cheers, Spec. I'm used to it because I started out as a noob many years ago coding, and I've always been on my own doing it with no help. So I didn't even know what debugging was for the first like 3 or 4 years of coding. And back then there was not much help online. There were not live forums like there are now. You'd have to wait ages for a reply. No Stack Exchange, nothing like that. So I'm so used to it, really. Okay, mate. Okay, I'm opening Discord now. Like I said, I had ZXSpin. I did use it. The debugger's okay. I need to get breakpoints working. That would be an improvement, wouldn't it? Let's try and do that then. I'll just put a breakpoint. Oh, Discord's updating. Instead of putting set border pink, let's find out how to put a breakpoint then. Why not? Is it that simple? Do I have to put like a compiler message for that to work? What's the C64 debugger like, Micro? I know everyone calls it magenta, yeah. I deliberately call it pink to go against the grain. It's like cyan, I don't call it cyan. It's turquoise. Okay, I spoke to this lad on Twitter, just for everyone's knowledge. He got it working in VS Code with CSpec by adding breakpoints in here. But I'm sure you'd need to come up with some sort of build mechanism, wouldn't you? Okay, but that's too much hassle to do this afternoon, I take it, or this evening, I should say. No, but maybe Fuse might have that, I don't know. Or Spin. But I think it's actually a distraction in this particular project. Yeah, I'm opening Discord now, I've downloaded the files. Oh, you've sent me Dzog, have you? ZX spin, I can see it. Yeah, like I say, I just recently removed this from my system, to be honest. But oh, hang on, that's got the same logo as what do you call it? Oh, that's because it's trying to default to them. I see. ZX spin. The way I do it, as you know, I've got a default tap files to open in the spin now. Just doing that. What game should I put on just for the fun of it, quickly? Benny Hill. So many clicks. I don't remember everything being this many clicks before to do everything. What's going on? Windows taking over my life. Right, that didn't even ask me about default. Tape loader to. This is a commercial tape. Oh, Diesel. I'll have a look, mate. Thing is, I get tired out. I work quite a lot, and I've got other issues going on, so I often don't have the energy in the day before work to go on the social stuff. Can't see any files. I mean, I downloaded the example and got that working. Yeah, I'm setting them to automatically load and spin right now. I've set .tap already, but when I open Benny Hill's Madcap Chase, it doesn't run. Let's try another version of it. Alright. Is there some sort of file path issue going on here? I've got it in my downloads folder. That's a different game. Don't like it. Do I have to load it? Click on the cog, yeah? Tools, I'm in there. Debugger, allow ROM editing. Let's check the settings. Display numbers as hex. Allow assembly to ROM. It's got to be a good one, isn't it? Generate debug info. Yeah, I'm on spin now, yeah. I'm in the tools section. But annoyingly, it doesn't show in the window, does it? That's what I get concerned about. It doesn't show on the stream. Tools, options, files. Oh, there's two tools sections. I'll cancel what I just changed them. Tools, options, files. Just opens the same screen. Oh, okay, yeah, files. Default location is just // for everything. Load automatically is checked, ticked. Start and stop the tape automatically also checked. Rewind tape when end is reached. I actually had ZX Spin the other day. Only the other day I deleted it. File association. For some reason .tap isn't there, even though I set that it was. Change that. Same issue. I'm loading tap files, yeah. Because the thing is, I'm always compiling as a tap file. Yeah, double clicking. Should I try drag it in? Didn't work. It says Spectrum 128K at the bottom of my screen, is that right? Try 48. Aha! 48K is working. Dragging. I just dragged it and it done something. I paused. It says paused down the bottom. Right, now I'll try opening and double click. I mean, the tape I was using says 48-128. Alright, now it says 48K and we just get a grey screen with it and it says paused at the bottom left. The hell? Bottom right. I could just download it, ZX Spin. Yeah, it's made a very tiny. Look, even pressing the play button doesn't work. It says paused continually. Hard reset. Even hard reset doesn't work. I've got to say it's just because I've dragged the folder in, innit? It's probably expecting some folder in app data or something. No, I mean the folder for ZX Spin. It's probably one of them programs that wants a folder in app data to store some files. It's worked every other time I've used it. I'll try just downloading a version of it. Default spin.config. Funnily enough, I've actually still got the original zip of Spin on my system. Why have I got two downloaded actually? There's two different files. Let me look at Discord again. Don't know where that second one came from. Right, I just saw it create default spin. This time it's working. Look, there's two different folders. Hello, Coda Mick. How you doing, mate? We are winning pretty well, actually. I've got some problems with the collision on the trees, but I'm just doing ZX spin right now to see if I can hook that up with a little bit of breakpoint action. Gonna try out Benny Hill quickly. Test Cart by Benny Hill. Here we go. It works. Press tab. There we go. Some debugger. Maybe I can put it into the stream. Oh god, it's crashed my system. Oh, it's just hung it. It's back. It has opened the debugger, but I'm just going to try and find it. I'm going to try and add it to thingy. There you go. I mean, I've seen this about a squillion times, but let's get it in action. I'm getting loads of unresponsive computer stuff from this. I'm getting the spinning disc of Blue Doom from ZX Spin. It says debugger not responding at the top, and it says wait or kill program. Let's try it now. I don't have to mess around with oh god, it's opening from that other folder. Right. So I'll change the default again because it's the wrong spin. Please just work this time. Right. Good. Good. Okay. So that might or might not be the version you sent me because I had two already in there. Yeah, it just worked. That's good. Right. Breakpoint. No prob spec. That's good. I don't know why one didn't work. That was strange. I just moved this one to another folder, so I know that's got nothing to do with it. How do I know where though? That's what I don't get. 2009. Is it a better version than Micro? Or just one that you've just used? I've dragged that onto the desktop to have a look at later. I think I just got it from there actually so far. I recognise that domain. Like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at there, to be quite honest. Is this the script of my code, or is this like? So this is the Spectrum ROM, I take it. That's what I don't like. How do you get? I don't get it. How are you supposed to get around? There's a lot of. There's like 100,000 to go through. That's a lot of mouse wheel action. My buffer started at. So I'm thinking hex numbers already, and it's not hex, is it? My buffer started at 8,000 hex. Oops, I've just closed that. Why hasn't it reappeared on my script on my stream? What the hell's going on there? RAM starts 23296. Thank you. That's where my window is. Okay. Why have I lost VS Code on my stream now? Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to think. See, the thing is, I start my buffer there, but org is actually that amount after, so it's at 9500 hex. So my actual program, other than the window, is 38144. So I guess what you're saying is I've got to just roll this little tiny thing all the way to 38144. That's the bit I didn't get. To me that seems wrong, having to do that. Yeah, that's okay, that's good. I knew I was wrong. I said it out loud but I forgot how much it was. 38144, yeah. Okay, ideal. That's very good. No, because that's hex. I'm adding the two hex numbers together. I'm pretty sure that's what I put here. Oh, you were right, 9800, sorry. So what? Oh, that's because there's that gap around the edge, is it? Maybe I should change that. I don't know. Can't remember. Just out of interest, I'll try changing it to 9500 on my game and see what happens. Oh yeah, look, it's broke it. Oh, better change that back. I can't remember where that extra bit comes from. Oh my god, the game's not running now. It runs in fuse. Starts paused. I did see pause, but before I couldn't get it out of the pause state. But I'll try, yeah. I just assumed I couldn't. I press unpause, it doesn't do anything. I'm pressing the green play button. Run. Oh, the debugger's stopping it. Oh, I get you now. Okay. I was looking at a different screen. It wasn't on my screen, that. That was hid behind some other screens. It's because the debugger is behind VS Code on my screen, and a calculator, and the game screen. In fact, I've closed it now and it's still on the stream. Yeah, what's up? What the flip? It's definitely not stable because my computer's like right at its limit as well with streaming. It's really quite a bad rig. Crikey. Yeah, I'll be glad to get that ZX Saurus and C-Spec on the go, to be honest. But let's continue with this for a little while then. Let's just try. What I want to do is put a breakpoint here. But I have no clue what memory address that resides at. Yeah, it's not very well on my. It's not doing well, but maybe it was me. Maybe there's still hope for it. See, now I've reopened that, it's working fine. Oh, that was what I wanted to test though. I think this might be able to just go to 95 there. Can't remember why there was a space. Yeah, it's worked. Oh no, it's bugged out. Okay. So I was just using that for some reason then, but I don't even know why. The very first one that I got any code working on was ZX Spin. I wrote it in their inbuilt assembler and poked it straight into the memory. Before that I didn't know how to do like randomize USR, and I didn't know how to do anything like tap bass or pasmo. Okay, so to do it in Spin, what we're really thinking is go to the start of my program, somehow find this code here to add the breakpoint. Create 144. Sure, it was 38144. Let me check that again. So there's where it begins then, I take it. You're correct, yes, Microman, definitely. I just noticed that as well. It's surprising I've managed to get this far being as dumb as I am with these numbers, but it's quite funny. I mean, I'm going to struggle finding that one particular function in there. Don't know what you lot think. Am I being stupid? I'm getting a there's a thing on my audio monitor saying that there's massive noise on the stream. Is that not affecting it? It's actually full. It's obviously ZX spin, probably a little hum, but I don't even hear it on my end. It's red on the stream. Oh, it's balls my stream right up this has, hasn't it? Flipping hell. Right, I'm trying to find this. Well, I mean, it's working okay. But yeah, just debugging in general in this nature doesn't really, I don't see how to do it. I have to go through it with a fine tooth comb, don't I? Unless I'm being thick. I wonder if there would be a way to cheat by putting like, I don't know, load HL or something, like over and over again, just to find it. Put some data in the search. Okay. Add an eyebrow. A label. Okay. Add a label and put text there. Does that work? What, like, so could I just do that then, or not? Just try it. No. Cute. JR. See, that's what confused me. The semicolon. Is that just new line? Wait, what? Is this right? What I'm doing here? Okay, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense, Micro. I get ya. So just to state the obvious, that wouldn't work. I take it. But yeah, I see what you've done there. It just does nothing. That's brilliant. Well done. Thank you for showing me that. So now I should be able to do this debug thing. I take it I can't just search in there ZZZ. No. Search string. Is it just down here? Not looking that way. Magnifier. Oh yeah, right at the end. Sorry. Thank you. I should not. I should have ticked match case maybe. I'm clicking text. ZZZZ. Oh, did I? Is it here? Did I just move? Load ED is Z. Z is it? Right. You guys are brain boxes. I would never have figured that out. If load ED is Z, God knows what the rest of my routine's gonna look like. Okay, yeah, the rest of it matches up. So the break point, there'll be 4 jumps. There should have been 4 jumps. Do I comment it out? Oh, it's only 2 jumps, yeah. 2 jump C's. Of course there's that jump. It's here. Before that returns. So would that do it before it returns? Okay, micro. Try that, I guess. Oh, it's not serious. That did not just happen. Okay, the breakpoint is still there. Can we in fact watch it step through when it gets to here? Because at the moment, when it jumps, when I press run, I'm no longer here anymore. Set breakpoint on NKHL. Okay. It'd be great to be able to step through though when you get to here, because I want to read the registers. On that compare B. There should be 2 compare B's, yeah. Thing is, I know this works. I should have uncommented the Y part. Oh, okay. I mean, a breakpoint is just, it just stops the program at a certain point, doesn't it? Yeah. I want to read a register. I want to know what A and B is. You see what I mean? That's why I put that breakpoint there. But I've just realised this only does the X anyway, and it works right now. So, but what should happen? Should I click when I click run? Is it going to stop there for me automatically? So I just click it. Because when I click run, it closes the debugger. Yeah, there we go. Okay, ideal. And now step. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I need to close it actually. Oh god, I can't. There we go. Oh, it keeps me open. I need to uncomment this. Yeah, that's a great tool you showed me there. Now I get at least the basics. Oh, it didn't run. It's these Y ones I'm concerned about. Right there. Yeah, that's all I need, isn't it? Cool, it doesn't look so good in spin. I wonder if that's what it's gonna look like. Of course, that's a meaningless number to me. You gotta know what the flags are doing and everything, haven't you? But B, X. Oh, well done, thank you. $28, look. Very much better, thank you. I'm still keen to get that debugging environment from DZOG. That'll be on the next project. I'll integrate it properly. But that one I was using didn't have this search function, and I just gave up straight away. There's no way I'm going to scroll through them all. So B's 23, and that's meant to be. I'd say that's wrong, but I actually want to know. I would rather know what A is there, because that'll be the first tree's Y value. Only the lower byte of it. 28. Well, I mean on the BC, because it was comparing B to A, wasn't it? Eight C. That seems a lot too high, to be honest. $140. The whole screen is only 192. It's pretty goddamn close, but it's A16. B is a lot higher than that. Thank you for the follow, my man. LF3. Much appreciated. I think for now I'm just going to get rid of both end breakpoints and just check if it does collide just before that return statement. So no. Ah, there we go. It collides with the flag. That's a complete fluke though. I should probably write into the game a way of restarting without having to reboot the game. Just say if you press Q or something, press Q, it does a restart. I better check that breakpoint will persist. Didn't. So I'm going to miss that first flag. I've got a feeling it's something to do with it was just luck that it hit that flag. Let's try and hit these. It's got nothing to do with the flags. Alright. So the very last jump C here, where I load AHL, guess I want to know what I get into A there. What? So it's not even seeing them trees. Okay. This is where the real insane stuff begins. Insane caveman 2.0. Right, that's the collision bit. I want to know what it gets in there. I think that must be wrong. I mean, I probably could have achieved it quicker just by looking at the code for long enough, but let's try it. For some reason there were trees getting drawn at the bottom of the slope and it didn't even notice it on that, but now it will. No, yeah, there we go. So that's the first tree clearly in the array. '84 hex 132. It's wrong, isn't it? I'll see what it is next frame in a second. Next frame it should just skip to the next tree. So essentially the one that's being drawn there. If it was working correctly. Lower. That doesn't make any sense to me. Well. At least I can use this to set a breakpoint. just to see if it reaches somewhere. That's one good thing. All I can tell from what I'm seeing here is that that value is wrong. But I knew that already. So anyway, this is wrong. I wonder if that deck... I don't need that anymore either. I can't remember where it is. You can set when a memory location changes. Oh, can you? Oh, that's good. The only problem is I wanted to see A, and of course that's changing like millions of times per second near enough, isn't it? You know. I'm pretty convinced that works. Hmm. It's tough to see what's wrong with it. It's funny, I have this problem nearly every time I write this kind of code on collisions. That would be brilliant, yeah. I mean, I tried that before and for some reason it bugged the game out, but this time I've got the score writing in the UI okay, so that's just the same as printing any value really, isn't it? I find it's tricky to print the values actually when they're long numbers. I'd still would struggle because you have to. How do you know in advance how long the number to draw is? If it can go between 0 and 65,000, for example, how do you know how many digits to draw? Oh, is there? Does that like take a position input? How does it know where to draw the? I guess I could probably do that then, couldn't I? Because what I really want to see is what HL, like the value in a. Could I do that there? Just before I ink it, maybe? What do you know? Do you happen to know it off the top of your head, or shall I try and look it up? What routine it is I've got to call? It's called printing and register, yeah? It prints whatever's it wherever. Oh, whatever is in BT. So a bit like the print string routine that I've used already. It's brilliant that I'm not using BC already, so I can just load BC with it. But obviously I can't. 11563, 117. Let me write them down. Thank you. Can I do that? That's not gonna. It's not gonna like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hang on. It. I didn't put a position though, did I, for it to draw at? Oh god. That's why it's doing that probably. That was quite funny, wasn't it? Don't forget this is happening loads of times per second. I wonder, does it need like a DE for the position? I'm just trying to look up that routine. Print string setup. Yeah. Well, I used it here. Oh, so you have to do an ASCII at and all that, do you? Before you do it. Here I had to load the string into DE and then the length into BC. So I probably need to do ASCII at, don't I? Fair enough. It's fun to try this stuff. This will be really useful to me if I can get this working. Oh wait, that's casually away. Right, that'll do. It's still messing. Whoa. It was reading it though for a sec. It was writing the value out. It had a decimal place and everything though. It will be changing, but it'll only change when I load HL, won't it? So it should be the same number every time, shouldn't it? No, didn't work though. There's something I'll have to look up how to use that another time because that will be really good. I'm not going to delete that. I'm gonna comment it out for now. Right, let's get back to trying to fix that problem for a second. I'm pretty sure it's one of these two or both. In the past, that's fixed it for me. Let's try it. I've got no way of knowing we collided now if I don't set a breakpoint. It's a different line now. God, I'm sure it's 61515. Jump C. There's a jump NC. There we go. This will be it. I think I deleted that code, but I think it was in the right place. I don't know. It's just me being stupid. So this should only trigger if we actually get the collision. And we did. So the NC thing changed it so that probably was working in the first place then, in other words. Let me just try making the other one NC. There's obviously some code there, you were right. Looks good. This is it though, isn't it, here? Oh, that's why I deleted the label. the thing you showed us how to do. You too. There we go. No. Well, I haven't tried them both NC, let's just quickly try that. I don't think it will work. Works. So I've got them the wrong way round, in other words. Which I've done many a time on simpler versions of this routine. I make the same mistake every time. That seems to work now. Ugh, you absolute git. Oh, it's still colliding though. So one of them NCs isn't great. Something's wrong. Still out of the way of it. And then Ah, I was expecting to have hit that, so something's definitely very wrong. It's just collided now. So that's about as far as breakpoints can take me. I've established it's something to do with this. And they're like, you know, the X is 100% working. This seemed to be working, but just growing huge amounts where it didn't need to. Um, for me, my logic seems okay. It checks that the upper byte is 0. It checks for the end of the array. Does the X. It then gets just the lower byte, yeah? Which we know is all we care about now. It checks that the player's feet. Aha, that's wrong. So it should be NC. Or I could just switch it around. More comments. Let's comment this code heavily then. Move back. Returning 5 byte is not equal 0. Yeah, it's true, Micro, it is. Helps you. Hello, Commodore. Nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hi. How you doing, man? Commodore Chroma. Yeah, I'll comment the hell out of this just for the fun of it. Like you say, it could identify. I think I just solved the problem actually. Well, that was backwards, I think. Sometimes I do worry. I don't. I normally am an advocate of commenting, but sometimes I'm against it because if I comment it and I'm actually wrong with my comment, it can create havoc for me. Let's make sure I don't do that. Yeah, it's all good. That's the only downside of them, yeah. And especially like up here, sometimes I put a load of stuff and I forget to change it. Come back in a week's time and read that like it's the gospel. But here's where the game was breaking anyway, so that bit was all well and easy. I was pretty sure that was working. Of course, these values are getting reduced every frame as the trees move up towards you. That that seems good to me now. But I've said that 100 times, and I'm only right 1 out of 100, if that. But I think I just need to switch these around. Nice one, Micro. Very pretty. Oh no, it's not left, is it? It's head. That's wrong, isn't it? No, it's not. It's right. Might as well, might as well write that. That'll do. Please work. I think I will just do set border pink. Because it's a little bit quicker. If that doesn't work, I'll put a breakpoint in. The numbers have started bugging out a lot more. It only happened once, and now it seems to happen a lot. Yes, look at that. So the break. Oh, we're still getting this. Ah, it seems they don't get killed. We're not taking dead ones into account or anything. Back to property bugging. Just line by line. It's more fun in a way, isn't it? But when you can't figure it out, it's like ah. But I just had them backwards. How many times in my games have I done that exact same mistake? It's always on the Y ones as well. I think almost every time I write that routine. But something's happening with the dead ones. Because we were still colliding there. And the reason for that is because they're going to zero. And we're not worrying about whether they are zero. There's that trick Spectrum taught me. With the zero or thing. I think I just need to do that. Probably right at the start and just go to next if it is. I think it was this. Actually, where was it? It was somewhere in the code. We did have it. All I'm trying to do is check if they're both zero, the high and low bit. Byte, I should say. I'm trying to remember what file it was in. Was it this? I think it is. Yeah, look how simple it is when you know how. Damn it, I can't remember what file I was in. You know it's getting late for me now. Look at that. Simplicity and beautifulness in its simplicity. And then that'll be zero, won't it? So jump Z, go next. So if the tree is at 0, 0. Oh, I remembered, I found a bug in this. No, it's only the Y value, thank goodness. I kept thinking about the X. I think this will work. This should fix it. Them numbers as well. What's going on with them? Excellent. Oh, no, not excellent. Only hitting the first few trees. Darn. Oh, it's getting complicated now, that routine. Is it, I do ink twice, don't I? That is correct. Again, I need the value, do I not? Oh no, I put it into A. Ooh, it's tricky now. I thought I had it. So I can hit the second tree. What the hell? That's flipping weird. I just wonder if the X is not working then. Cheers, Spectrum. I'm just leaving that. Reading that. No worries. Let's have a... Not sure I understand it yet. I'm going to put it on my screen and just have a look at it. Oh, I see. That's similar to that, is it? That they're the same. Oh, or you said it straight after. I'm tired as well. Yes, that is correct. Thanks, man. It's basically the same as that, isn't it? What you showed me yesterday. But I'll try this instead. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. It's good to know that that's the right way of doing it with that ink and deck, because I was thinking I was doing it wrong when I was doing that sort of stuff. It's funny how it hits the first two trees, isn't it? Okay, looking good. Spectrum. Oh, Spectrum. You've just saved me from another load of hours, haven't you? I was about to delete it. Oh, it missed that one then. Damn. Okay. Something's going wrong with them, but could be something completely different. That. So do I, Micro. But at the moment, I am happy just getting the basics working, and just picking up whatever I can as I go along. I wonder why it must have returned out at some point and then never gone back in. No, maybe that wouldn't happen actually. It just wasn't registering a collision. This would break everything, wouldn't it? Oh no, only when I get to the end of the level. I'm I'm not sure what's happening with their numbers. Look, they're working now. it's already not working. That's so weird. Right now, I believe that this works, but it's either returning out at the wrong time or jumping when it shouldn't and going to the next. That's what I reckon anyway. I'm happy with my return there. Because I don't want to continue checking other trees if we collide. We'll actually call a thing here soon, so, call kill player. Uh, Another thing that kind of freaked me out is why does it work better sometimes and not others? Nasty label. Well, this one here. What do you mean that one there? I always name it shorthand if I'm only calling it from inside another loop or inside another function. Oh. I've got to draw it. I've got the sprite for the dead player and everything, like a little skull and crossbones with the skis. I'd love to get this working before I sign out, but I'll have a routine called now. Oh, sorry, Spikie. There is a little bit higher than this, isn't there? Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, let's move that out of the way. Sorry for moving it. I guess that's probably what you need. Because there's not actually even that many trees in the array. There's only 11 trees. So it can't be that really, can it? I bet that's way too small. You probably can't even see that, can you? Seems okay. Well, that's promising, because I'm feeling the same. At least I know I'm getting somewhere. When we call it, oh, that's from just above. That all looks good. Where would be the best place to put that? After you move it, yeah. Makes sense to me. No, actually, I'll do it before. The numbers have gone again. Funny how it just works randomly. I'll go in again and I'll just miss them trees at the start. Yeah, and then it hits them. And then it's like it can only hit a few, and then it gives up. How trippy is that? Yeah. Oh, you can only hit 4 trees. It does nothing more than set a border, so there's no like lives. I saw your hold there message, but I hope I haven't moved it already. Slightly. Well, no, that's only what's happening is that's going to the next one if they're both 0. But then this one returns. It shouldn't be returning. That's half the problem with it. Actually, yes, it should return because the high byte, if the high byte is not 0, that means all the ones below that in the array are also too high. Yeah, it's a brain teaser, this. I do sometimes wonder whether there's something else going on with that, but like, it seems to function properly, doesn't it? But only with a limited number. I'll try and miss loads of trees and get further down to see what happens. Okay, let's see if I can get right to the bottom without hitting any trees. and then I'll hit one of the lower ones that we haven't been able to hit yet, like this one. No, we can't. Okay. It's like you've got a sort of limited time where it lets you hit trees. God, I just done something stupid there by accident. I've crashed ZX spin. It's funny, it makes me worry like completely about how the code's done. That would be a good guess, I reckon, Spec Jump, because I had that same problem with drawing them, if you remember, and it took me ages. Maybe I should look at the draw code for my trees. Although we have been able to hit them a couple of times, then one's right down there. I think I can confirm that it's not. It's that the ones over 255 can be hit. This one definitely. Oh, it didn't let me hit. But even that one, yeah, I think let's go on the assumption of that then. Yeah, good night, Spikie. Thanks for your help, man. I'll be off soon anyway. I'll try and figure this out tomorrow. I'll give it another 10 minutes now. I think you've hit the nail on the head with that suggestion. In the ski trees, I had this same problem with the draw tree. No, it was the move trees. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he's a legend, isn't he, Spectrum? I'm very tired as well because I just forgot where I just flipped back to here for some reason and immediately forgot why. We know that's good. See, I would say, oh yeah, of course, this one's going to return if the high bite's not zero. So of course, anything over 255 is gone. But oh, 9, 4. This here, that code was written by Spectrum, but I know exactly what it's doing, and it looks correct to me. I hope both zero. Even if they were both 255, would that still be zero? I'm sure we had this discussion the other day and it did work, but let's check it again because I can't remember. 469. Are you looking at the same screen as me, or are you going off an old one? 469. Sorry if I'm being thick here. I don't fully get what you mean. Yeah, but the problem is that's the low byte, isn't it? Yeah, it gets the low byte first. There's two different things. That one checks if the Y value only is completely zero, and if it is, it goes to next. But then this one checks if the high byte is not equal to zero. It's weird though, we know the Y position comes down correctly because it wouldn't get drawn on the screen otherwise, so we can assume the tree is definitely the correct position. Yeah, no worries, Micro. Spectrum just said the same thing as you a minute ago, actually, about the same exact bit of code. But it is confusing, but it does work if you think about it. This is just to make sure that you don't get them ghosts. Because otherwise, if it's 0, 0, it's just going to stay there with a collision box and the player can hit it just by steering where the tree was. But no props, no props. I'm in one of them modes again where I can just look through it over and over again and it just looks correct every single time. Made it a bit more clearer there, tiny bit. Right. Like I've repeated myself, but these four chunks have sort of been proved to work. We've driven through some trees and the pink flicked on and off just at the right time. It looked good to me. Potentially the Y ones are out still, but I don't think they are. I think it's more likely it returns at the wrong time for some reason. Or, like Spectrum says, something to do with the higher bytes. But the thing is, like I said, they get reduced. The tree's Y pointer, wherever it is, points at them. We know it all works because we fill the positions in there and that all works correctly. We call move tree. What is it? Wait. Nah, I'm the same, Micro. This is confusing stuff, man. We're doing here, really. Like, there's lots of good programmers out here would struggle with this. I take it that does actually end up reducing the value in the tree Y value position. It must do because it draws it later, you know. Hmm. I'm glad I put that bracket around that comment there because that made me realise I wasn't using the pointer there. IX. Well, tomorrow, the first thing I'll try if I really struggle is to do the same thing but with using IX instead. Maybe it'll just work for me then. Thing is, a lot of this code will be wrong because of that. I'll delete that rubbish. Yeah, a lot of this ink stuff is wrong for IX, I think. I don't even know what else to try really on this one. Sometimes it is worth just having a rest, coming back with a fresh brain. Oh, nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Any plans for the weekend? It must be Friday evening where you are now, or getting that way. Just in with the wife. I'm just working most of the time or sleeping, one or the other. 6:03 p.m. 6:30. Sweet. God, I envy you actually. I work every weekend now. It's the busiest time for us, so like I'm always working every night of the weekend. That's brilliant. We're all tired, we can tell by the chat and by my coding skills. Just grinded to a halt. I always talk about it. Still got that whiskey staring right at me in front of me, unopened. I'm scared to open it. Maybe if I push HL and pop HL beforehand. Nah.
I'd buy that for $1.
I do keep adding a few sound effects in. Yeah, I learnt some goodies tonight. Micro. Lots of good stuff. And it's the repeating it that really counts. Yeah, it's definitely all good stuff, Mike. I'd definitely buy it all for $1. That's made me want to try and make a Smash TV clone. But I could never do that on the Spectrum. Too hard. I tried it once on Unity and that was hard enough. Yeah, I'll give up, but I'll be off in a second, but tomorrow I'll probably, knowing me, I'll wake up and do it while I'm watching TV and get it working. I hope. That's the hope. If not, we'll come back. It'll be here tomorrow when I come back on. It could definitely be tricky, man. The first thing I'm going to try tomorrow morning is copy and paste it and make IX. Use IX like I have for the movement of the trees. Yeah, good night, Micro. Or enjoy the rest of your night, your evening. Good night, Moz. Good night to everyone else watching. Yeah, I'm not going to be on in the daytime tomorrow, but I certainly will just before midnight again as usual. So I'll see you there. Have fun.